Hi, this is a quick tutorial for the Nutrition Applied for Unit 2. So you'll find this, of course, in the Unit 2 module. To find the actual homework assignment, you're going to download and open the document and then follow the directions. Now, of course, you'll be typing directly into this, so you'll need to enable editing. As with all the Nutrition Applied assignments, a quick little overview is in these first 3 points, and you should read that. We are studying carbs, fats, and proteins this unit, so you'll be looking at your intake and comparing to recommendations. Along with that, suggesting changes to bring your intake in line with recommendations and creating some personal strategies. So what you'll be doing is gathering data from the iProfile reports that you generated in Unit 1. So they should look something like, oops, hold on one second. They should look something like this, okay? And as you move through this assignment, you're clearly directed to which report you're going to pull the data from. If you don't understand the information, you can always contact me and we can meet by Zoom, and you can share your screen and I can help you out a little. But give it a try yourself first. I think that's very important. Don't panic. The instructions are written very, very clearly. So here we are on this assignment, and I'm not going to read through the entire thing with you, but I'll give you an example. This first question is focusing on carbohydrates, and it asks you how many grams of carbohydrates do you consume in an average day. Okay, now you're using the iProfile reports from Unit 1 throughout the entire semester. You don't have to record your intake for more days. Okay, we're using those same 3 days, and it tells us look at the intake compared to DRI report, find intake for carbohydrates. So let's do that. We're going to look for the intake compared to DRI report. Here it is. Here's your intake. That's what you consumed. And by the way, all these numbers are averaged over 3 days, so you don't have to do any math. And let's go down to carbohydrates. 246 grams if this was you. So you would then fill in 246 grams and read on. This tells you you need at least 130 grams. Much, much more is better, and you'll see that when you look at the range, but this is a minimum. Did you meet that minimum? And then if the answer is yes, as it is with the report we just saw, you would type in yes, I met the minimum recommended for carbohydrates. Okay, now the next question says the AMDR, which we talked about in Unit 1 for carbohydrates, is 45 to 65%. What percent of your calories came from carbohydrates so that you can compare? Look at the macronutrient distribution reports. So let's find that one. All right, there it is. Carbohydrate, and Jane, her percentage, which would be this last column, is 50.8% of her calories came from carbohydrate. So we would type that right in there. Are those calories within the range? So you would look at this range, 45 to 65%, and Jane had 50.8. The answer would be yes. So that's how you work your way through this report. At the end of each section, there's an answer which asks you to kind of pull everything together that you've learned as you answered these kind of short answer questions, and look at carbohydrates as a whole, look at fats as a whole, proteins as a whole, and consider what is stated in that question. So with that, I'm just going to slide on to the very end here. Each homework assignment has a healthy eating made doable. And that is a section where you make some simple strategies, because simple strategies are what is most effective to present to patients. So it might be something like eat a whole grain cereal for breakfast 5 mornings out of 7. Okay, you're thinking back to what you needed in your diet. Pack fruit when I go to work so I can eat the fruit instead of heading to the vending machine. So these should focus on you and the changes that are needed according to what you discovered in this unit. And when you're finished, you save this document. You'll go back into your Nutrition Applied. Now, I don't have it on the student setting right now, but you've done this already. You know that there's a submit button. You attach your file and then submit. So you should be fine. But again, don't hesitate to shout out if you need some help.